forefront gospel truth is the key to your spiritual upliftment. Tune in to the word of hope and liberation. Don't turn a deaf ear to the news of the kingdom.
I want to speak to you today on you're being talked about. God has already lined up the right people to open doors for you, to show you favor, to help you out of a difficulty. Some dreams we can't accomplish on our own. Some challenges we can't get through by ourselves. We tried our best, but we couldn't start the business, or we weren't able to break the addiction, or still haven't met the right person. Seems like we're stuck. We don't see any other options. But what you can't see is God is talking about you to other people. He's speaking to them to be good to you. You may not even know them. They're not in your contacts, but God will cause them to see you. He'll put you on their mind, give them the desire to help you. They may not know why, but suddenly they want to put in a good word for you. They go out of their way to help your child, lend their influence to move you forward. These are not things that you could make happen. This is the hand of God ordering your steps and ordering the steps of the people you need. This is why you don't have to live worried, wondering how it's going to work out, discouraged over a situation that's not changing. On your own, you may be stuck, but you're not on your own. God is working behind the scenes. He's speaking to people right now to show you favor, to give you that contract, to be good to that loved one, to help turn that problem around. You don't have to try to manipulate people, strive and strain. Maybe they'll be good to me. That's going to wear you out. That's not your job, that's God's job. He will speak to people that you've never thought of. Unlikely. You didn't have a connection with that person. There was no reason for them to even think about you, but God put you on their mind. He gave them the desire to be good to you. And here's the key. Sometimes you don't even know they did it. You just see the good break, the promotion, the turnaround. You don't realize behind the scenes, God used that person to orchestrate it all. They put in a good word. They told the contract to come to you. They had mercy and the problem worked out. God's been talking about you your whole life to people, whispering to them to be good to you, causing them to notice you, want to help, giving them that feeling to go out of their way and make you shine. When you understand this, it takes the pressure off. Striving, straining, thinking we're stuck. You can live from a place of peace, a place of hope. God, my life is in your hands. Lord, I thank you that you've ordered my steps and the steps of the people that I need, that you're speaking to those who are instrumental to my destiny, making things happen that I could never make happen. See, in life, we all have times when people are talking about us. Normally, that's a negative connotation, but I want you to know today that God is talking about you. He has these destiny moments where He'll speak to people that will do things that thrust you into your purpose. We see this in the scripture with Ruth. Her husband died at a young age and she became a widow. She was so heartbroken, never dreamed life would turn out this way. Her mother-in-law, Naomi, was a widow as well. Since both of her sons had passed, she decided to move back home to Bethlehem. She told Ruth and her other daughter-in-law, Orpah, to move back to their hometowns and go on with their life. Orpah headed out, but Ruth said, "No, Naomi, I'm not going to leave. I'm going to go with you and take care of you." They moved to Bethlehem. The problem was they didn't have any resources, didn't have any way to buy food. Looked like they weren't going to make it. So Ruth got up early in the morning and went out into the fields to pick up the leftover grain that the workers had missed. She didn't know anyone. She didn't ask for permission. She just took a chance, hoping that they wouldn't make her leave. Out of all the fields, she chose the one owned by a man named Boaz. He was very influential, very wealthy. He lived in a different city. Normally he wouldn't be there, but the day Ruth went out into the fields, verse 4 says, just then Boaz arrived. Of all the times he could have come, he came the very day that Ruth went out there. God knows not only who you're going to need, but when you're going to need them. He's ordering the steps of the people that are necessary for your destiny. Quit worrying about how it's going to work out. God's in control of your life. He's working behind the scenes, arranging exactly what you need. And here, all these workers are out in the fields, acres and acres, hundreds of people. Boaz looks out, and the first person he sees is Ruth. She could have been hidden behind bushes, blocked by piles of wheat, or on the other side of the hill. God had her at the right place at the right time. He caused Boaz to notice her. She could have blended in, looked like all the other workers, but God knows how to make you stand out. He knows how to draw people to you. You don't have to try to get attention, make yourself be seen, be sure people know you're there, know what you can do. No, be still and trust God to do it. Be your best where you are, and He will make you shine. Ruth wasn't trying to manipulate things, convince people to like her. She was just gathering food to take care of her mother-in-law, working hard, being a blessing, doing the right thing when the wrong thing had happened. She could have been bitter, angry. God, my husband died. This is not fair. But in her time of need, she was being a blessing to someone else. When life throws you a curve, don't get bitter. Keep doing the right thing. God sees the hurt, the loneliness, what wasn't fair. That's not how your story ends. That's just one chapter. Don't get stuck there. Turn the page. Keep going to work with a good attitude. Keep being good to people when you don't feel like it. Keep praising when you could be complaining. Your time is coming. There's another chapter, a chapter of victory, a chapter of joy, a chapter of beauty for those ashes. Verse 5 says, Boaz asked his workers, "Who is that girl?" There were hundreds of people out in the field. No doubt many that he didn't know, but for some reason, his attention was drawn to Ruth. They told him that she was a widow that had moved there with her mother-in-law, Naomi. Boaz called his foreman over, said in verse 15, "I want you to drop handfuls of wheat on purpose for Ruth. Leave them in her path to make it easy for her. Make sure that no one bothers her." Before, Ruth was having to work hard and strain, getting a little left over here and there. You can imagine people were giving her a hard time. "Lady, what are you doing out here? You gotta leave." She wasn't wanted, on edge, fearful. Then all of a sudden, everyone was nice to her, accommodating. Not only that, there was more wheat than she could gather. Wasn't a struggle trying to find a little leftover piece here and there. She had abundance, overflow, filled up one bag, then another and another. Here's my point. She's being blessed over a conversation that she knew nothing about. She's seeing increase in favor because someone was talking about her behind the scenes. Someone put in a good word that she had never met. She didn't know why it was happening. She couldn't figure out what had changed. All she knew is she had stepped into abundance that she had never seen. You don't know who God has talking about you. You don't know who He's going to cause to notice you. Now, Joel, I think I'm stuck where I am. I don't have any connections. My boss doesn't even pay attention to me. Your boss doesn't control the universe. People are not ordering your steps. God is. He's speaking to people about you that you know nothing about. There are conversations happening where, like Ruth, you're going to walk into favor, open doors, divine connections that you can't explain. All of a sudden, opportunity, the problem turns around, abundance. You think, why did this happen? It's because God's talking about you. He's orchestrating what you need to move you into your purpose.